When I was a young girl, I had my first taste of what it felt like to be in love. It was a simple and innocent love, one that was built on nothing more than sitting next to each other in the movies every Friday night. I remember the fluttery feeling in my stomach, the way my heart skipped a beat when I saw him, and the way I couldn't help but smile when I thought of him. But as the years passed and my relationship with him evolved, I came to realize that love is not always as simple as it seems. As a teenager, I was boy crazy, and I thought I was in love with so many different boys. I would sit around and dream of my life with them, without really knowing who they were as people. I was in love with the idea of them, not who they really were. This is a realization that I had as I got older and had more substantial relationships, and it made me realize that the love I thought I had for all these boys was nothing more than a fleeting infatuation. Have you ever been in love with someone without having a significant reason for loving that person? In politics, we are fed a constant barrage of information by people who are invested in shaping a narrative and getting us to fall in love with ideas. They do not want us to look too deeply into the issues. If we do, we will find that our love affair with that idea falls significantly short of the ideal they painted for us. Or worse yet, the idea has serious unintended consequences. Long ago, or what seems like a very long time ago, access to real information was difficult to find and parse. Now mountains of information is readily available, but not always reliable. This realization also applies to how we view the world around us. We are constantly bombarded with information and ideas, and it's easy to fall in love with an idea without thinking through all the consequences. In politics, we are fed a constant barrage of information by people who are invested in shaping a narrative and getting us to fall in love with their ideas. They want us to believe that their idea is the best without looking too deeply into those issues. But how do we decipher what is real and what is simply an idea that sounds great on the surface, but will not bring meaningful change to our world? Good ideas recognize that, first, a solution is multifaceted. Second, accessing information is always a good idea. And third, thinking critically about that information is even more important. Before taking information to heart, it's important to ask ourselves questions such as, is the information the actual source of the story? What is the motive of the person who is sharing the information? What is their point of view? And what actual evidence do they provide to support their point of view? This will not always lead you into a relationship with the truth that can withstand the test of time, but it will at least open your mind to your own motives for reading and sharing the information. Information is not always fact-based. Adopting another person's ideas is not always bad, but just like being in love with an idea is not meaningful, although I will admit it does feel good, sometimes questioning information and narratives can be painful, require that you admit you may have been wrong, and sometimes simply requires letting go and moving on so you can find other sources of information that are real. It's important to be aware of our emotions, to question what we are being told, and to look for the evidence that supports or contradicts it. Only then can we make informed decisions and create a world that is meaningful and fulfilling.